Hey guys, it's your girl Lyndon, and today we are going to be reviewing the newest Skin Tint Blurring Tint Foundation Hybrid to hit the market. So if you want to see what it looks like and what I'm talking about, then stick around because we're getting right into it. Okay guys, we are looking at the Jaclyn Cosmetics Blurring Skin Tint and Concealer today. So first off, let's start with the packaging. And this is the box for the Blurring Skin Tint. It's very cute, very pretty, adorbs. This is the box for the concealer. Again, very cute, very pretty, adorbs. We don't really care about the boxes, do we? We care about the product. So this is the skin tint, and this is the concealer. Again, very cute, very nice. If you look at the skin tint, it does have that gap right there, and that's because this is airless packaging, which means that you're going to get every last drop because it's going to push up, and it's an airless pump. That's all. What I did do is I got a tan, and I got tan deep, and that was because I was really unsure on the website which one would actually suit me. And I did watch a lot of videos on this product, and they looked a little ashy when people were blending them out, and so I went ahead and just got two of them because I wasn't sure which one would be the correct one for me. Now, people have been having some wonky experiences with this product. I've seen a handful of reviews where it's been kind of okay in the middle, take it or leave it, but most of them have been really negative. So I was really excited when I got my package today to go ahead and see it for myself and see kind of what I thought about it. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to take the tan color. I have already done this once and had to start over again, but so we just took a little bit. It's actually a lot that comes out. And we're going to go right here. So this is tan. Okay. Not hateful, but at the same time I feel like it might be a little too light. This is tan deep. Again, we're taking a little bit of it. I'm gonna go right here, right next to it. That's definitely too deep. And this is definitely too light. So I'm gonna take a little, like a quarter pump of the deep, tan deep, and I'm gonna take a half pump of the tan, and I'm gonna mix it together, and we're gonna see that, because I think that one just needs to be half a step lighter and one needs to be half a step darker. So this is the two mixed together. I'm gonna put that right here. Okay, I think the two mixed together is the one. That one looks the best if you ask me. Right there. Yeah, see how it's too light, too deep, just right. We're kind of doing a whole Goldilocks thing here. So I think that that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to mix it together. So again, for reference, I am a Fenty 330 in the winter and a Fenty 345 in the summer. So that's a MAC NC 44 ish. So if you're my skin tone, this, I mean, look, this is getting, like, it looks almost ashy, and then this is too deep, and then together really is the appropriate color. So, and these two are right next to each other, so it goes the tan and then a tan deep. So really it needs to have that as a half step in between it. So we're gonna go ahead and wipe this off. I'm gonna re-moisturize my face. I'm gonna be using my Vitamin C Intensive Face Cream from Kat Berkey. This is one of my project pans. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize and hydrate my face, and then we're going to go ahead and put these products on and see what they look like and kind of get the 411. Alright, so I went ahead and moisturized my face, and what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to wear a primer. Typically I do wear a primer when I'm putting on my face products, but this one I'm not going to, because on Jaclyn's website she says that this is going to replace your primer, and it's a blurring skin tint, so, and it's supposed to provide you some hydration once you put it on. So I'm not going to add an additional primer to it because it says that it can do it, and if it says it can do it, then I'm going to put it to the test about it. So we are going to take our tan. We're going to do three pumps of the tan. Yeah. Oh, I got a little stuck there. 3 pumps of the tan, and then we're going to go in with 1 full pump of the tan deep. And so that's our little concoction that we've made. And then again, we're going to go in with our brush and kind of mix it together. I just wanted to put a little bit on here, even if it's too much. I don't have to use the whole thing, but I just would rather have too much than not enough, especially when you're mixing products together, which I don't love to do, but if I have both of them, I have to use them up anyway because I'm not going to take them back. So, all right. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on our face. Now, a lot of people were saying that this, actually I want to do half and half. So, a lot of people were saying that this was thick. And I think in comparison to other skin tints on the market, yes, it does feel thicker than those. But it kind of just feels like I think it was L'Oreal. They used to have the mousse that was inside the container. That's what this kind of feels like. So it doesn't feel heavy to me. I know some people said it felt like a sunscreen. It doesn't feel that way to me either. It just feels kind of like a moussey consistency, which yes is more than a skin tint, but not quite as thick as I had kind of thought, been led to believe. So we're going to do one half of the face, and I'm going to be using my sponge. I'm not going to be using my hands because I'm not about that life. That is not my journey. So I'm going to use the sponge here. I'm going to do one half of the face first, and I'm using my ColourPop Velvet Face Sponge. I'm really liking this sponge, so we're going to use this just to kind of buff it out and see what we're working with here. If these earrings get in my way, I'm totally going to be taking them off. Okay, so let's take a little look-see-lo, and let's see. I do think there's a difference. This is the side that has nothing on it, and this is the side that does. I'm not gonna lie, I think it did make a difference. Like right here on my cheeks, I have a little bit of redness, but I have a lot of freckles on my cheeks. And I think this kind of blurred it a bit, and kind of really did just even out my skin tone so it doesn't have so much discoloration in it. Because right here is where I have the most discoloration on my face. I feel like on this side, it really did blur it out. I think that it did okay. Shocking. I didn't exactly expect it to work that way. Okay. So let's put this on over here and see what we're working with on this side. I do still have a bit left. You guys can see that. So I didn't use up anything. So if we have more that we want to do, we can. I'm not putting this on my eyelids because later on I will be using eyeshadow. I don't put my my foundation on my lids. I do use just a regular eye primer. Okay. I mean, it says kind of, you can put this on very quickly. It's not taking too long to blend out or get on or anything like that. So I do like that. Look how fast it is. And that's it. We're finished. Okay. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm gonna take these out because these are kind of getting a bit in my way. That's why I don't wear hoop earrings, because they just kind of get a little bit in your way. But I'm not mad at it. So like, I watched a lot of reviews and I said it was a primer, it would work fine, and I can see that because I'm not mad at it. I think it definitely did even things out. I think this would be good on the go, but I don't know if I would necessarily put it on or just put on my regular moisturizer if I was going out to be on the go. Okay. All right, you know what? Let's see if it can build up a little bit. Let's just take the chance. Because we have it on our fingers. Let's just see. And then let's use the hands. This isn't my journey, but heck, why not, right? Okay. I think that with the hands too. I think the hands blended out nicely, but I think for me, at least what I'm seeing right now, it looks like that's where that little weird white cast comes in at, is with using the hand. So I don't know if it's that it doesn't get rubbed in all the way, but So I think I prefer it with the sponge, or using your hands and then just going over it with the sponge. But I mean, again, it's fine. I don't think there's anything to write home to mom about, but I'm not I wouldn't kick it out of bed. I wouldn't kick it out of bed. I think that it's just fine. Wouldn't kick it out of bed. Good to go. It's 34 bucks. I don't know if I'd pay 34 bucks for it, but I do think that it did give me some blur. It did give me some evenness. I just don't know if the evenness and the blur is worth the $34. And honestly, even though it did take a lot of time to put on, just the time to put it on versus just putting moisturizer on my face. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the concealer, and this is a medium tan neutral. This is supposed to be a corrector. She says corrector perfection concealer on here, and this is supposed to be full coverage. So let's go ahead and put that on there. I don't typically put on a lot of concealer, so I'm going to use the same sponge, and we're just going to blend, 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 and see. See what we got here. Okay. Not bad. Go in here. It's hard to get kind of in that little corner right there. I know some people were having problems with the concealer. They said that it was very dry, and it was like sticking and patchy and all these other weird things, but let me move my mirror a little bit closer just to kind of see. I'm not having that problem, so I don't know if it's, maybe it's my moisturizer is really hydrating, but I'm not. I'm continuing to go in. I'm not having that problem, guys. I put it on. It doesn't feel dry to me. Nothing feels dry on my face. The concealer, it was easy to blend it out really quickly. I don't know if maybe the sponge has something to do with it, but I was able to blend it out really quickly. Let me move a little closer for you guys. Let's see. That's that. See what if you guys see anything. But I don't see any dryness. I don't see anything out of the usual from any other concealer, so not sure. Actually, it works a little bit better than some of my concealers. And I have combination skin that really is leaning more dry these days because I have some autoimmune issues, but I don't think I would take the time to put this stuff on, honestly. But putting it on, I don't feel one way or another about it. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is great and everybody else was wrong and this isn't dry and this isn't cakey and this, that, and the other. But I also don't feel like this is horrible, toss this in the trash. I kind of just feel like take it or leave it, you know what I mean? But I do think that I do see a little bit of blurring. I do think that the foundation, the skin tint worked fine. The concealer, I don't think, for me, it didn't seem dry. But I also didn't put a ton on. But I naturally don't put a ton of concealer on. I was never one of those people who did the big triangle. I'm not the person who does the big long things on the side. I really just 3 dab of dots will do you, and that's it. So I don't tend to put on a ton of concealer. So I don't know if maybe too much concealer is being put on. I don't know if everybody's skin type is different. Everybody's tools are different. I'm not sure, but it went on fine with the color. So when I do my concealer, as you can tell, I don't get a concealer that is 2 or 3 shades lighter for brightness. For me, concealers are not necessarily brightening anything for me. They're concealing. So I don't use my concealer as a brightener. So I do try to get concealers that match my skin tone as close as possible. So maybe that helps it not look crepey and dry. Maybe it's just a skin color issue. As far as the concealer, kind of like with the skin tints, when I put them on, I mix them together to get a more perfect shade for me versus just going with the flexibility of the colors, because maybe when you get something that's a little too light but it's kind of flexible, it's still going to leave that hint of white cast, where when you mix it together, I don't have any hints of white cast or any kind of consistency issues that would kind of go with, like when you are putting on a sunscreen, that kind of whiteness that can leave. I didn't have any of those issues, so I don't know if just color selection could kind of alleviate some of that. But I don't think you should have to go through all that those issues to make them work, but I do think that they appear to do what they said they would do, which is really just kind of color correct my face, make it so that way the color in my face was more even, and the concealer did its job by covering up anything that I had underneath my eyes. It wasn't crepey, it wasn't dry. It feels fine on my face. It feels slightly tacky, but that's it, guys. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think it did what it said it was going to do. I did not have any issues with the concealer. I did not have any issues with the skin tint, except for the fact that there needs to be a color in between the tan and the tan deep, because this is the color between those two. I think a lot of people are going to need this shade. And I think they're going to be a little too ashy if they get the tan, a little too deep if they get the tan deep. So I think that maybe that could be worked on in the future, is shades in between and not kind of full jumps, but half steps. So other than that, guys, this is it. This is just the first impression of just putting it on, because I really wanted to see, because I'd seen so many reviews and I was kind of like, dang, this is gonna be a bummer when I get it, because these are gonna suck and I've waited 10 days to get these things. But I'm not noticing anything, and I would say why don't you do a full wear test, but the videos that we're watching, people were having issues right upon first application, to the point where some people had to take the application off and retry again. So it didn't need a full wear test. It was already becoming wonky on application, and mine has not become wonky on application. It doesn't feel thick, it doesn't feel cakey, it doesn't feel dry, it doesn't feel crepey. I'm just not having that experience. So again, I don't know if it's just color selection. I don't know if it's the type of moisturizer people do or do not use, using a primer underneath beforehand, how I didn't, because it said that it is a primer and a blurring skin tint, and then maybe the tool. You saw when I went with my hands, it did start to leave a little bit of the ash, but then we went back in with the sponge, it didn't do that. So I don't know what to say, but I know that thus far it looks fine. I will continue to use them together because I bought them. Would I repurchase them? No. Am I glad I purchased them? I don't feel one way or another about it. It's just kind of like, meh, okay, I purchased them, I tried them out, I'll use them up. But at this point, it doesn't seem like they're going to become something that I would maybe repurchase in the future. Again, because I just wouldn't put this much time into it. I'd rather just put on makeup if I'm going to do all this, and just put on some Jergens lotion on the way out the door after I brush my teeth. If I want to go to the grocery shop or something like that real quick, I wouldn't do all this to get myself together. I would just rather either put a full face on, or I'd rather just put some lotion on, but not do this kind of in the middle thing. So that's all I have to say about that, guys. I know my experience seems to be slightly different than others, but I just wanted to kind of take it and see. But I can't say that it looks horrible, because it just doesn't. It just doesn't look horrible. So tell me about your experience down below. Tell me what you think about the application and everything that went on here. Let's just have a conversation about it, a kind conversation, because I know Jaclyn can be very polarizing. If you don't hate her, then you're a stan. If you're not a stan, then you're a hater. I enjoy Jaclyn. I have some of her products. I don't stan her, I don't hate her, I just want to try the products, and I can't down a product for doing exactly what it said it was going to do, and I don't want to hype up the hate train if in fact that wasn't my experience, and that clearly, as you guys saw, wasn't my experience. But what I would say is, I don't think you need to rush out and go get these, absolutely not. I think that if you want to try them for $34, go for it, but I don't think that there's something that is necessarily needed to be purchased. I think you're fine if you put a little bit of foundation and mix it in with your lotion and put it on your face. You have a skin tint right there. You're good to go. You don't need to rush out and buy these. Hey guys, this is Editing London here for you. So I just wanted to come back because I just filmed another video. I did my full face of makeup, and I just wanted to show you guys what the Jaclyn Hill blurring skin tint and the concealer looked like with just powder on top of it. I didn't put any actual foundation on. I just used the ColourPop powders. If you guys did not see those in my video, I will put the card up here for you guys to see it, or just look through the playlist. I put those on, and I just continued with the rest of my makeup. On my eyes, I have the Melt Cosmetics Brunette Palette. So I just wanted to get closer so you guys could see kind of what it looks like on me with kind of some other makeup on, just so you guys could take a little look-see-loo at that. I am still looking in my mirror. It looked good. The powder went on it fine. The rest of my makeup went on it fine. And I know that I said I have, kind of even feelings about it, and I still do. I still, even with my powder being on, I have even feelings. It looks nice. It's basically a tinted primer. That's what I feel like in my mind. It's a tinted blurring primer. It's honestly might as well be Becca. A tinted blurring primer is essentially what it is, and it did a fine job with me putting my powder over it. So again, I'm very just neutral about it. I wouldn't go spend the $34 on it again, but I have it, and so I'm going to use it, and it looks nice underneath my powder, so I'm not mad at it. So I will just see you guys next time, and if I have any additional thoughts on it, I will make sure I continue to update the information box about them. So continue to watch the video. So again, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up, not 1 but 2. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified of all my videos and you don't miss a single one. Head on over to Instagram, follow me at London Brielle, see what I do when I'm not here with you on the YouTubes. Head on over to TikTok, follow me at official_London Brielle to see what I do over there. And guys, until next time, I love you, I miss you, and I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Bye.